Welcome to the Easy Gourmet. I'm your chef today, Michael Mersil. Yes. Thank you. Thanks everybody. We're on location today at the beautiful lodge on the lake, and we have got a great crowd here with us. And we are actually going to be doing a show today on something different for Thanksgiving. I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, but a few years ago, I took a turkey and I took it all off the bones, and then I pounded it out, stuffed it with a little sausage and a bread stuffing, rolled it up and baked it. You wouldn't believe how much time it saves to do something like that and how beautiful it turns out afterwards. That's what we're going to be doing today. But first, we're going to start off with the salad that we're going to be preparing for the meal. And it's going to be a beautiful spinach salad. We've got some great fresh greens here that we're going to put on the plate. And of course, what's going to go wonderful with that is some craisins. Candied walnuts. It's just like Rachel Ray, isn't it? Huh? Actually, I've done candied walnuts many times. Sometimes you do it with just some amaretto, or you do a little brown sugar, and then you just saute it in a pan. You can even deep fry them, and they're really good. And then I've got some pungent blue cheese to top it off. Our dressing this evening is a raspberry vinaigrette, and we're just going to drizzle that all around. Now, tonight we're so fortunate because we've got a special guest with us that is going to be pairing some wines with each entree, and we're going to show you what we're going to pair up right after these messages.
Have you been searching for a checking account without the fees, without the strings? A checking account that's actually free? Well, you should check out American National Bank of Detroit Lakes. American National Bank, home of the simply free business and personal checking account. And its name says it exactly as it is, free. Visit with the financial professionals at American National Bank about other financial needs you may have. American National Bank. They're raising the standard. Highway 10 West, Detroit Lakes. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Easy Gourmet. So we have a special guest with us today, Scott, all the way from
Bemidji.
Bemidji. Okay. I was thinking he was going to at least say Minneapolis or something.
I was born there.
Okay. Well, all right. So, like I said, we're going to pair a wine with our salad, and this is the beautiful salad that we have right here. What are we pairing, Scott?
Tonight I've chosen a Sauvignon Blanc out of Chile, Santa Rita 120. This Sauvignon Blanc was named after 120 patriots that came in after the Chilean Civil War way back in the day, and it kind of hid in the winery itself. And came out as heroes after that war, right? So they named this bottle after them. But a Chilean Sauvignon Blanc with its ripe, rich sun, kind of ripened fruits, plus a lot of great acid and a little bit of grassy notes are going to be fabulous against the salad.
Fantastic. Here it is, right here. This is the wine.
Yeah.
And let's pour it.
And let's taste it.
Let's give it a little.
Screw caps are brilliant.
Yeah.
That's going to be more of the common thing, right?
Yes, and the reason for that is because there's not a lot of cork anymore.
Right. Well, it's not just that there's not a lot of cork, actually. It's more that there is something that lives in wood, in the cork itself, called, it's a bacteria that produces a chemical, right? And when you smell that chemical, it smells kind of nasty, like wet newspapers, like my grandmother's basement, right? That kind of a thing. So if you eliminate that wet cork, or you eliminate the cork, and all you have is a screw cap, all of a sudden you're doing all right. The screw cap ensures that the wine tastes exactly the way that the winemaker wants it to taste. Okay? I want to drink the microphone. This is the weird part.
Okay, Scott, you're not supposed to be funnier than me.
I'll back off.
Okay.
I'll back off.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so back over here, we've got our main course, which is the turkey. Now, I've already taken the liberty of deboning it because that would take way too much time. So here we are, and what we need to do is to pound it out so that it's even all over. And I've got a little saran wrap over here so that it doesn't go all over. This is how you cheat. And we've got our mallet, and we're just going to pound it out so it's nice and even. Finally, something a little louder than my audience. Oh, I've done this before. There. Okay, so it's nice and even. This is actually just the turkey. This is just the breast of the turkey, and you can do the whole turkey. Has anyone deboned a turkey before? Never? Really?
We let you do it.
Yeah. Okay, so if you ever want to try this at home, don't. This would be something that I don't think you would have a very easy time doing unless you've done it before. Ask your butcher to do it. They can debone the turkey, and they'll give this right to you. No big deal at all. That's what I recommend. But you can stuff this with anything, which is actually really cool. So I'm going to season this with a little salt, some rosemary, some garlic pepper, and then we're going to stuff it. And I've got just your traditional sage stuffing over here, all ready to go, because Scott takes up a lot of my show. And I'm mixing a little just breakfast sausage in here, which all of the fat from it is going to help season the bird on the inside, which is going to just be amazing. So I've got it all mixed up here, and then we are going to put it right down the middle and then roll it up. Okay, you know what? You can do a stovetop with this because of all the other things that you're adding. All it is bread, and then all your traditional, sage and all the normal things you put in any stuffing. Sometimes I even throw bacon in there. It's nothing like bacon in anything. Okay, so here we have got it all ready to go. Now, there's two ways of doing this. One is to throw it in a pan that it's going to fit nice and tight in so that it's not going to expand and actually burst open. That's the way I choose. But if you don't have that ability, you can actually tie it. What's that? Yes, you have to have the skin on it. You absolutely have to have the skin on it. So you're just going to tie a few knots with some of the twine. Oh yeah, that'll be done in about 15 minutes. It has a name. My name for this is turkey roulated, which means rolled and stuffed. And we'll give it one more. Okay, so then we have our pan over here that we're going to throw it in. Go into and believe it or not, you can probably, I'm going to spray it just because I don't want it to stick. And also, I like a little, if you're going to have it, sometimes you've seen those little nets that you can put in the bottom of a pan so that it's elevated a little bit. It should be. You don't want it to sit in its juices. So if you don't have that, you can cheat with just putting a little tin foil on the bottom. Okay? And then we're going to throw it in a pan that it fits right into nice and snug. We're going to season it with a few bay leaves, a little more rosemary, garlic pepper. It's a sage stuffing mixed with the sausage. Okay, she just asked, what is the stuffing again? And it is just a traditional stuffing like anybody would ever make, and you can even buy stovetop. And then you mix it with just a country-style sausage. And it is amazing. So there we have it. This is what's going into the oven. Right after this break, Scott's going to tell us what wine we're going to pair with this. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Easy Gourmet. And as I was saying earlier, we are pairing wines with each entree. And today, we've got a nice Pinot Noir that's going to go with this. And I'm going to talk to Scott about it.
This Pinot, do you want me to grab that? How about if I
You know what? Is it easier if I hold it for you?
Why not then?
Okay.
Yeah. The Pinot Noir that we've got today is from
It's like
Han.
The Price is Right.
That's right. That's right. This is from Han out of Monterey County. This is the first winery in Monterey County to get Sustainable Agriculture Award, the SIP award. This is fantastic. It's a rich, full-bodied Pinot Noir. It should be fantastic with the main course. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for keeping it a little bit shorter this time.
You know, I try my best.
All right, we got to bring this back to Julie Herman because she's the one that talks all the time.
Are you sure it's
You have,
okay?
yes, please ask a question.
So everybody always says, you know, white meat, white wine, red meat, red wine. So now you're talking Pinot Noir with the turkey, right?
Absolutely.
So can you talk to us about that?
All right, this is... I could talk for an hour about this, but to not do that, right? To not do that. Let's do this. The rules of thumb are easy, okay? When you're food and wine pairing, remember what you want to drink, drink it. What you want to eat, eat it. Who cares, right? Milk doesn't go with pizza. I see people doing it all the time, right? Do that. Ultimately, rule number 2 is what do they drink, what do they eat, right? So if I'm having steak, you look to who eats the most steak in the world. Well, the Argentinians, right? What do they drink? Malbec, drink it. But does that mean Cabernet Sauvignon would work well? Absolutely. Merlot would work well? Absolutely. Keep going along those lines, right? To be serious about it, watch your acids, match your acid. Secondly, match the way it feels in your mouth. Okay, is it a delicate piece of meat? Serve a delicate wine, right? And last but not least, you kind of look at how it tastes. If you're serving lamb, are you serving it with mint jelly or rosemary? It's going to change the wines that you're going to put toward, yeah? So that's the bottom line, okay?
Okay, so we're going to make this quick. We've got this beautiful roast.
Michael, if we can ask you, though, before we went to break, though, we didn't know how long you put this in the oven for and how many people this would serve, typically. And then the other question we had was, in your sage, did you have onions, and what type of spices did you have in there?
Yes, onions and celery are a must, absolutely. You know what? Everybody is different with their stuffings. Everybody likes them different, and I think you got to. I mean, when you stuff this, you stuff it with the stuffing that you like. That's the bottom line. But you can make it as simple as stovetop stuffing. Seriously, you know. I mean, that's why it's called the Easy Gourmet. So here we go. This went for about 2 hours. 2 hours for your Thanksgiving meal at 350 degrees. And it's super hot. 20 minutes. You need to at least let it rest 20 minutes. And the reason for that is if you don't, all the juices are just going to go everywhere. You want it to set up, just like a lasagna. So I'm going to cut the end piece off first, then we're going to go with the next one. And then we'll do one more. You know what? You can absolutely throw butter or olive oil on it right before that you need to bake it. But here's the beauty of this. Because of the sausage that's in it, it's basting it in the inside, and that's where it needs it the most. Yes, exactly. So I've got some mashed potatoes here, and then we've got some asparagus. Now, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then we've got some gravy that's going to go over the top because you got to have the gravy.
How did you make the gravy?
Well, you know what? I cheated. I'm not going to lie. I cheated. I had a little sauce mix to begin with, and we just reduced it. And then I took all the carcasses that were left from all of this, and I boiled it down, and I reduced that, and that's what I made the gravy out of. Yeah, absolutely. And we're just going to put a little garnish on the top of this. And this is what's for Thanksgiving this year, the turkey rouladen with fresh asparagus and garlic mashed potatoes. We'll see you next time on the Easy Gourmet.